Hello, good afternoon. I do apologize for being in my vehicle. And just a heads up, this is not the video that I was intending on creating this week. Um, but it has been a very trying couple of weeks. As you can see from the title, I am talking about my high functioning depression this time. So last week, I did not post a video because I started finding or catching myself slipping into a depression, and I didn't feel like I didn't feel up to it. What I had planned, I wrote it all out. Had the kids go outside so I can have a quiet home to record, and then I just started crying. So, um, I just wanted to share like some ways that I tend to recognize when it's coming quicker, and then also how I cope. And it just so happens that my last video was on anxiety, so I'm wondering if the universe was like, all right, doing back to back, girl. Because yeah, I didn't get to do what I wanted to do. So next week, I'll post what I initially wanted to post. So I apologize in advance if this sounds like I'm rambling, because I did not take notes, because this is very impromptu. Because I was like, I have some time. I'm actually getting ready to. It's Sunday. I'm actually getting ready to go to church. I just came back from the grocery store. And I'm waiting for the kids to finish getting dressed. So I was like, I got a little bit of time. Let me go ahead and hit record. So that's the first thing. Okay. So let's talk about how I know. Excuse that little glare too. How I know that it's coming. So I know everybody is different, so this is not a one size fits all thing. Everybody's mind plays tricks on them differently. But what mine is, I recognize that it comes when I have a lot of stress. And spring sports are coming up. As you all know, I am a single parent. My daughter is on the track team. My oldest son plays baseball, and my youngest son now wants to run track. He usually does soccer. So we're gonna do track with Parks and Rec. And so that's three kids, three different places. My oldest son is also starting tutoring. So I got a little overwhelmed with that, and then it was just some other things happening. You kind of like start looking at other people's situations, and I was like, it'd be a lot easier if I did have another person living with me, and I had this happy family the way that I thought it was going to be, and I wouldn't be sitting here trying to figure out how to make shit shake by myself. And then so I got overwhelmed with that, right? Mind you, I probably should have recognized what was happening then, because I've been through this. I'm like, this ain't nothing new. Like, I always figure it out, But I think the thought was, I'm so tired of having to figure it out. And then I was working on my son's science fair project, and it was just so much at one time. And I was overwhelmed. So I was just like, man, F it. F everything. So last time when let me lock my door because my kids are outside playing. Last time I had like a really serious episode was back in September. And that was when I felt a mass in my chest. So I thought that was cancerous. Had to wait for a while to find that what was going on with that. My son was assaulted, and the people involved didn't care. So I did press charges. It was another child, so it was that situation and some other things, all at one time. And then my grandmother passed away, and so all of that at one time, I knew it. And when I say high functioning depression, that means like I can still go about my day to day routine. I think I mentioned this in my last video. Like, I will still go throughout my day to day routine. It's not a thing to where I would neglect my job or neglect my responsibilities, but I will neglect the things that I like to do. So I won't work out. I won't work on business things that I really desire to do. I won't do my makeup. I won't like make sure I'm cooking quality meals. I'll just throw some stuff together. So when I recognize those types of things now, there are just a couple things that I make sure that I do so that I don't stay in that place. And some of the things are the same from my anxiety video that I mentioned. How I cope with my anxiety. But like with my depression, that one, now that I have a handle on it, I can snap back a little bit quicker. So one of the major things is I have to cut back on TV, like period. So I don't watch TV at all. If I do, it has to be comedy. Um, and even in that, I still have to be careful because my mind is still in a compare mode. So anything that I see, I'm gonna be like, well, man. So I would think I was watching Housewives, and I'm like, well, man, how come my man, I don't have one? I want to be proposed to. I want somebody to call and check up on me. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody to like care. I want a group of friends to go to brunch with. Like those are the types of things. So I don't watch TV at all because, again, like I said, my mind is in a state of comparing, and then that's just going to make me feel worse. Okay. So I have to force myself to journal, and that's another way how I know that the depression is coming, because I don't want to journal, because I don't want to write out those feelings, because it like makes it a real thing, and then I have to handle that real thing. So I know journaling helps me really sit down and get the feelings out. What am I really sad about? What am I really upset about? Okay, so now that I have all of this written down, what on this paper is in my control that I can change? Okay, I could do this, I could do that. This is out of my control. So we just gonna have to let it go, boo. We're gonna cry over it now. We're gonna get the tears out the way, and then we're gonna move forward, because this particular thing, it's nothing I can do about it, right? So, for example, the fact that, I might get overwhelmed because I am a single parent. Like, right now, it ain't nothing I can do about that. You know what I'm saying? We gonna still make shit shake, and we still gonna get stuff done, and we still gonna keep it moving, right? And then just trying to figure out how to create these business things that I have in my mind, and get this out to the people, how I'm going to market, how I'm going to grow my channel. And I can't do that if I keep allowing depression to stop me from posting, because if I'm not doing this continuously, then people are not going to see it. I'm not going to get the audience that I so desire. So I need to be consistent with that. So far I said that I don't watch TV, and I journal a whole lot. And then this is also a major time for those podcasts, like a major time. So, and most of those are, I'm not going to lie, they are faith-based, because that I feel is when I need to lean on the Lord the most. And that is when I have to remind myself the most that things are always working out for me. And I always tell myself, I remember I envisioned this, because it was like a picture, and there was a guy, he was digging for something, and he felt like he was digging forever. He saw, and then I think on like the parallel picture, the guy had dug and he got himself to whatever he needed. But the other guy, like, he literally had like a couple more digs to get to this diamond. And because he had felt like there was this big old mound that he already dug, he had gave up. And so that is something that I kind of just remind myself, like, I don't know how close I am. So if I were to give up now, I could be right on the brink of what I have been desiring for my whole life. So I'm just going to keep fighting, keep pushing. So that leads me to the fourth thing. So just to reiterate, because this is coming off the dome, I'm trying to make sure I remember it all, right? So the first one is, for me, I can't watch TV. I journal a whole lot. Okay, the podcast is on demand. You know what I'm saying? Affirmations on deck. Got to tell myself things are always working out for me. And shoot, I forgot my last statement. Isn't that awesome? Because I have mommy brain. The last thing, I can't even remember what I was gonna say, and that is so whack. I am so sorry. But like, it's just a matter of just keep going. Keep going. I know this isn't my final destination. I know it feels like hell. We're going to stay out the bed, because being in the bed, nothing is going to happen. Get out, get some fresh air. Call a friend you haven't heard from in a while. Do something that is going to put yourself in a better mood, so we can accomplish them goals. It's 2020, honey. We trying to get the same goals that we had in 2016. Guilty. So I need to make sure that I get those things into fruition this year. Um, so with all of that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and go so I can get myself to church. And if I remember that last thing, I will definitely post it when I write up my little notes in the description box. Okay. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all continue to stay on this journey with me and share and like and stuff and subscribe. Tell your homegirls and stuff. So I don't want to continue to ramble. So I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.